We live in a new world where interviewers are getting bolder and asking silly questions to celebrities. One time, a rapper pulled out a gun on an interviewer for making expensive jokes, and another rapper spat on an interviewer for siding with his enemies during an interview. Here are 7 rappers who stood up to these disrespectful interviewers. Soulja Boy. First up on our list is Soulja Boy, who is known for always speaking his mind. He's not afraid to tell people off when he feels disrespected. Back in 2019, Soulja Boy was on a show called Everyday Struggle, hosted by DJ Akademiks. Things got a little heated during the interview. Akademiks made fun of Soulja Boy's Gucci headband, saying he wore it way too much and should stop, but Soulja Boy wasn't having it. Instead of getting quiet or walking away, he pulled out stacks of cash to show off and said, "I'm a genius, and people don't like me because I'm rich. I look better than them." He wanted everyone to know that he's proud of his success and won't let anyone, not even Akademiks, make him feel bad. Then he doubled down. Soulja Boy told everyone he'd wear the headband even more just to prove his point. He was making it clear that nobody could tell him what to do. He said, "I'm the best and you need to respect me." Soulja Boy didn't let Akademiks slide with his sneaky comments. He made it obvious that Akademiks was only focusing on the negative and ignoring all the good things that Soulja Boy had achieved. This wasn't the first time Akademiks had gotten under a rapper's skin, but Soulja Boy stood his ground and defended himself like a boss. This moment showed that Soulja Boy wasn't afraid to speak up, no matter what anyone thought about him. Takeoff. At the 2017 BET Awards, the rap group Migos was interviewed on the red carpet by Alexis, DJ Akademiks, and Joe Budden. Everything started off fine, but then DJ Akademiks asked a question that changed the mood. He asked Takeoff, one of the members of Migos, why he wasn't on their song Bad and Bougie. Takeoff didn't like that question at all. He immediately got defensive and responded, "I ain't left off Bad and Bougie." His tone showed that he wasn't happy, and you could tell that Akademiks had upset him with the question. It seemed like Akademiks realized he had touched a nerve, because he quickly backed off and tried to calm things down by asking nicer questions. But then Joe Budden, another host, made the situation worse. He decided it was time to end the interview, but the way he said it came off as rude. Takeoff and the other Migos members could feel the disrespect in Joe's tone. Takeoff told him to go ahead and end the interview if he felt like it. Instead of wrapping up the interview politely, Joe Budden took things further by dropping his microphone and walking off. This made the Migos even more upset. The tension was so high that it looked like a fight might break out between the Migos and Joe Budden right there on the red carpet. Luckily, other people around them, along with the award show atmosphere, helped keep things from getting out of control. But the moment was a clear example of how quickly things can go wrong when interviewers aren't respectful. Takeoff, like the rest of the Migos, wasn't going to let anyone disrespect them without standing up for himself. FBG Butter. Next on our list is a rapper named FBG Butter. One day, he sat down for an interview with his friend FYB J Main. At first, everything was going smoothly. J Main asked FBG Butter normal, respectful questions, and they were having a good conversation. But then J Main decided to bring up a sensitive topic, another rapper named Lil J. When he did, FBG Butter's mood changed, and he started to look frustrated. Even though it was clear that Butter was uncomfortable, J Main didn't stop there. Instead, he decided to joke around even more. He pulled out a mouse trap and placed it on the table, trying to poke fun at Butter. Now, this might sound just like a silly prank, but FBG Butter was not amused. He was getting annoyed, and you could tell that the conversation was heading in a bad direction. Butter warned J Main to stop playing around, saying, "Stop playing with me, this is goofy." But Main didn't listen. He kept teasing FBG Butter, even referencing some old rumors about him snitching on Lil J. Then, to make things worse, J Main pulled out a block of cheese, which was a way at making fun of the rumors. At that point, FBG Butter had had enough. He felt like J Main had gone too far and wasn't respecting him. So, Butter pulled out his gun to show that he wasn't going to let the disrespect continue. He made it clear that J Main needed to stop right there. Luckily, since they were friends, things didn't get out of control. But the situation shows how quickly things can escalate when someone crosses the line of respect, even in a friendly conversation. Kanye West. Let's move on to the next rapper, who is arguably the most famous on this list. Kanye West. Kanye gained massive attention back in 2022 for his controversial interviews and outrageous opinions. One notable moment was during an interview with Piers Morgan, where Kanye passionately confronted him for interrupting and talking over him. He expressed his frustration about how public perception shifted when he parted ways with Adidas, claiming the media was determined to cancel him. Kanye attempted to explain himself, but peers kept interrupting, leading to an explosive exchange. Kanye stated, "Let's gather the top lawyers, executives, and stadium owners, and we'll read through every issue." Peers tried to interject, but Kanye shot back, "Hey bro, I'm not finished." When peers dismissed him again, Kanye firmly replied, "Don't treat me like a boy," before eventually walking out of the interview, feeling silenced. But that wasn't the end for Kanye. A few weeks later, he appeared on a podcast with Tim Pool, where he walked out once more due to Tim's reluctance to discuss issues surrounding Jewish people, fearing backlash. Tim agreed with Kanye's sentiments about being treated unfairly, but hesitated to name names, which infuriated Kanye. He expressed his frustration, stating, "I'm being attacked every day by the press and financially." When Tim failed to respond directly, Kanye left the podcast, feeling his concerns were not being taken seriously. The Island Boys. Next up are the Island Boys, who recently went viral on the Danza project after some bizarre antics, including kissing each other. Host LOL Mike tried to stir things up by asking if they would kiss it out during a heated argument. Instead of taking it lightly, the boys got defensive, almost ready to throw punches. After the tension simmered, one of the Island Boys claimed he didn't care what critics said about him, prompting Danza to question why they reacted so strongly to the kissing topic if that were true. This led to another heated moment, with the Island Boys threatening to disrupt the podcast over the question. The conversation quickly escalated as they became agitated, arguing back and forth. Baby Loss, another rapper who gained fame alongside the Island Boys, also got triggered by the kissing topic. When asked about it during an interview, he grew angry and even pulled out a gun, warning the host not to bring it up. "Stop mentioning those dudes, for real," he yelled. "This interview ain't about that." After the incident, he faced important backlash and attempted to clarify his actions in an Instagram video, insisting he'd previously told the interviewer to stop discussing the Island Boys. Baby Loss was definitely on edge, and things could have escalated further. Thankfully, the interviewer didn't push back after the gun incident. Now, let's shift our focus to someone else on the list. 16 Shot'em. While 16 isn't a rapper himself, he's well known in the rap community for his interviews. During an episode with No Jumper, he confronted one of the hosts, Flaco, about feeling like he was caught in the middle of a conflict between him and his opponents. 16 challenged Flaco, saying, "How is that our fault?" He felt Flaco was trying to play both sides, which aggravated him. Flaco then provoked him further by referencing his rival, Big Mad Kivo, pushing 16 to his limits. This tense moment highlighted the volatility in the rap scene and the challenges of navigating personal relationships within it. Snoop Dogg. In 2011, Snoop Dogg found himself in Norway for a promotional event, but he arrived a whopping 5 hours late to his interview. When the host confronted him about his tardiness, Snoop didn't hold back. He bluntly told the host that he should be grateful Snoop even showed up at all. "Come on, man, you saw me on Twitter. I'm here. Be happy I'm here," Snoop snapped back, clearly unimpressed with the line of questioning. He even suggested the interviewer leave since he wasn't asking any meaningful questions. It was clear Snoop wasn't in the mood for disrespect after a long day. What do you think about these rappers calling out interviewers for playing dirty? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're enjoying content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video.